Welcome to the Albert and Billy Show here on WUAT AM 1110 and Channel 18 Valley TV and YouTube. You can watch every episode of the Albert and Billy Show on YouTube. I watched the one earlier where we with Bayless in Fall Creek Falls. That was a good one. We had a good time out there.
We ought to go back.
Well, yeah, we'll have to go back there again. That was
Not today.
Not today. It's a washout, and that's why we are still on the Albert and Billy Show summer road trip. But this week we got rained out, so
And
that's why we're in the studio.
We would be rained out today too.
For sure. And we were going to go Tuesday and film in Dunlap, but same problem. It started raining. So we thought we'd at least like to stay dry when we're outside, right, Papa?
If you can control it.
It helps, don't it?
Yeah.
Well, we got a few announcements, Papa. Radio listeners, especially here, listen up, because these are coming up soon. We'll start out with well, maybe you have the one. I'm missing, Allie, see if you see the one about Mount Crest. Radio listeners, there's definitely a breakfast at Mount Crest. There it is. Thank you. There is a breakfast tomorrow at the Mount Crest Fire Department. Talked to Shirley today, as a matter of fact, and they do have orange juice. She said they just forget to put it on there for whatever reason.
I've been out there, I've seen it, I've drunk it.
So they're back at it again tomorrow, folks. Go check it out. Start your weekend off at the Mount Crest Fire Department, located on the intersection of Route 30 and 101. It'll be from 6 to 10 a.m. It's $5 a plate. They'll have bacon, sausage, scrambled eggs, hash browns, biscuits, and gravy with jelly and butter, coffee, milk, and orange juice to drink. And remember, all proceeds do go to the Mount Crest Fire Department. And next week, you can go to the Fall Creek Falls Fire Department. It's their big country breakfast, and they have pancakes.
They're just about $5 miles further on.
Yeah.
But not $5.
Right. And this will be from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. at the Fall Creek Falls Fire Department. They'll have biscuits and gravy, scrambled eggs, pancakes, hash browns, bacon, sausage, country ham, fried bologna, and then also fresh fruit. And then a drink, you can get a glass of orange juice, a cup of coffee, or a glass of milk. It's $7 a plate. Children 10 and under can eat free if accompanied with an adult. And this one is Saturday, July the 27th. And next week, folks, it's time for the open table at the Pikeville United Methodist Church. Enjoy a real treat this month. It'll be a hearty shepherd's pie, which I love, by the way. I do. And also, they'll have delicious desserts and drinks. It's yours on Tuesday, July 23rd, radio listeners, from 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. No charge, no offering, no sermon. It's nothing but friendship and food, and this table is open to all. If you have any questions, give Greg Smart a call at the church. The number to call is 447-2951. And we'll tell people real quick, and we'll be talking about this on future episodes because it's a big deal. The 100th annual Bledsoe County Fair is coming up soon.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, the 100th
Second week in August.
Yeah. You didn't know it was the 100th anniversary?
No.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
I wasn't here when the first one.
Well, I kind of figured that. Well, they're gearing up for the big event. And of course, as always, one of the big events of the fair is the Fairest of the Fair pageant, right?
Right.
So, if you want to be in the Fairest of the Fair pageant, here's how you do it. Applications are available at Pikeville City Hall, Citizens Tri-County Bank, First Farmers, and Commercial Bank. So you can go to any of those three places and pick up an application. The competition for 9-year-old and up queens is going to be on August the 13th. It will be at 7 p.m. in formal attire. And the 8-year-old and younger will be on August the 15th, also at 7 p.m. And it will be in fair-themed attire. attire. No formal attire will be allowed in that one. Awards will be awarded to first runner-up, second runner-up, most photogenic, and Miss Congeniality. The deadline for entering, folks, is Wednesday, August the 7th at 6 p.m. at the Bledsoe County Fairgrounds. Queen interviews will be August 10th for ages 14 and up at 2 p.m. The entry fee for all ages 0 through 15, well, not all ages, 0 through 15 though, the entry fee is $20. The entry fee for ages 16 to 21 is free. So there it is, the fairest of the fair, as we're gearing up once again for the big
100th.
event, 100th annual Bledsoe County Fair. Looking forward to that.
We'll never have 100th episode on here, will we?
We've done had it, but
Oh, that's
today is our 124th episode.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I'm still here.
We had a good 100th episode, didn't we? I liked it. The crowd was great. They were great. And you've got an announcement for our
I
friend,
do.
Mr. Ed Frazier, Papa.
This is significant. There is no way that the people of this county could count the number of benefits that Ed Frazier has officiated at.
Yeah.
He has conducted many, many benefits for many, many people.
And a lot of it with music.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
that's what he specializes
That's
in.
his specialty, isn't it?
And of course, he's got a band, and so it's not just Ed Frazier. But when you mention Ed Frazier, you know that there are people that help him out. And he
he's
has
a good
always
guy.
been there for the telephone co-op meeting in October.
Yeah, he plays music over there on some Friday nights. I know. I'm not sure when that starts up again, but he does that every now and then too.
Really?
Yeah,
Well,
good musician.
this is the benefit for his daughter,
Yeah.
Karen Frazier Williamson. And what the benefit is for is because she had a long hospital stay, and this is an attempt to kind of buffer that just a little bit and
Right.
help out with some money to go toward those expenses.
Yeah.
So it's going to be held out at the fairgrounds, and the music, of course, he is not going to
July
provide the music
27th.
for his own benefit,
Right.
but it's going to be Zach Ollendorf and company.
Right.
There will be barbecue plates beginning at 3:30 in the afternoon.
Sounds
There will
good.
be an auction coming up at 5, and people may donate whatever you want to. Take it out, let's see, at the courthouse.
Oh yeah, one of our sponsors.
CM Boynton at the courthouse, and give any donation that you want to give that can be auctioned off.
That's right.
So if you have calls or questions, contact Emma at 423-260-9604, or you may call Fran Clark at 423-881-5546. This is the daughter of Ed Frazier. Her name is Karen.
And it's going
That's
down
July the 27th. July the 27th.
And I'm assuming it'll start at 3:30 with the food.
The food.
Yeah.
And
so
then the
good
auction.
event they're planned at the fairgrounds. A lot going on at the fairgrounds this summer,
Yeah.
especially in the upcoming month, Papa.
Well, it's good that it is used.
Yeah,
It's good that it's used.
absolutely. I think it's really nice over there. It's a good place to have events, don't you think?
Yeah, you want to utilize whatever is built. It's sad to build a road to somewhere nobody drives on the road.
I agree.
So if you build a building, use it.
That's right. And I think we need to mention on here, as everybody knows, we're losing Fred's.
It was in the paper this week, but I've known it. But it's confusing.
I agree.
It says in the article in the newspaper, local paper, that Fred's and the pharmacy is closing. I heard the pharmacist say to some of the customers this week, we are not closing.
So that's not just hearsay. You heard it.
Shane
I heard
Miller,
hearsay, but
he didn't tell me.
But you
He was
overheard.
talking to a guy behind me, and the man asked him a question. He said, "No, we're going to be here." He said that building had been rented for 2 more years.
oh,
And it's a decision of Fred's, the corporate office, to close all but 80 of their stores. There's only going to be 80 left as flagship corporations stores.
Sad.
But the pharmacy is going to remain open, Shane Miller said.
So you heard it right here on the Albert and Billy Show.
Go take it up with Shane.
The Fred's Pharmacy will be open. But I heard that one day this week too. Somebody was saying that the pharmacy was going to stay open. So must be true. Must be true because you heard it.
I'm not going to try to figure it. I know what I heard.
That's right. You heard what you heard.
I heard what I heard. But let me tell you, my forgetter is forgetting, and my rememberer is broke. So I'm sure there's some things that's not all up to 100%. But I heard talk to Shane.
That's right. Take it up with Shane. He'll be mad at us on everybody be coming there asking him. Albert and Billy told me to ask you about this.
And Dr. DeBrille made me promise this morning I wouldn't talk about him on the television today.
Well, sorry, Dr. DeBrille, too late for that.
I'm not saying anything negative about him. I said I went
Well, no.
He just said, don't say anything bad about it.
They're helping you out with your knee.
I'm hopeful.
Right.
I got a prescription.
We got to get that knee better, don't we?
Yeah.
Well, it is time for some trivia.
I had a fellow tell me today that he liked our trivia.
Yes, I hear that a lot. And
a 92-year-old man told me today, said, I really enjoy watching y'all's program.
Really?
Yeah, he said, I don't believe he said Billy did a good job. He just said you do a good job.
Oh, really?
Maybe it was the program. You do a good job.
Well, thanks a lot.
Well, I guess that's what he's saying.
Yeah, I'm just kidding.
I watched the program and he said you do a good job. So I'm sure he's talking about the program, the Albert and Billy Show.
Oh, yeah. And, I was told one day, I think it was this week, they like it when I don't know it and I have to call on my lifeline.
These are easy.
When my lifeline knows the answer, that is. But if it's sports, I have no lifeline.
You have no lifeline. Okay, this is trivia.
Pretending like she's not hearing me.
Trivia. You finish the second part of this statement. Hong
Kong. I'd like to go there.
The
Boy,
rye.
that'd be a long trip.
What goes with rye?
Bread.
But the rye is the bread. What goes with rye bread?
Lifeline.
You order it. You go to a deli and you order a blank on rye.
Mustard. Ham.
You're not going to eat mustard. You might eat mustard, but you order a meat.
Apparently, I don't order
Ham and rye.
Ham and rye. Is that like supposed to be good or something?
Try it.
Okay. I'll do that next time.
I bet you don't even eat rye bread. You don't even eat rye bread.
I don't think I do. No.
Mickey and Minnie
Mouse.
They're Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse. They came along.
The world's most famous mice is what they are.
And who invented them?
Walt Disney.
Walt Disney. And he was the voice of Mickey.
Oh yeah, you said that on here before. That's right.
But I just happen to remember it. Okay, opposite of heads is
tails. When you flip a quarter, heads or tails.
Isn't this easy?
No, I've heard. Yeah, thank you. It's about time. These are the ones we should have had for Bayless last week.
I went over some of these with Bayless after the program was over.
Did you?
Gary's State. Gary.
Indiana.
Gary, Indiana.
What is
Why would you remember Gary, Indiana?
You know, I don't know.
Why did I write it down?
It seems like, though, there used to be a TV show that was, it's fiction, but it was based out of Gary, Indiana, I believe.
I don't have any idea.
I don't know why else I would know or care.
Well, I don't know why I wrote it down.
Maybe you watched the same show, but I can't remember what it was called. But on the heads or tails, when you flip a penny or you find a penny, if it's heads, it's good luck? Is that right? Okay.
But I pick them both up because I want all the pennies I can get.
Is tails bad luck or just not anything at all?
Must be, because I have a lot of it.
Yeah, I know.
Child's playthings are called
Toys?
toys. And as the child grows up and gets a little bit bigger, maybe in his late teens, what kind of a toy does he have?
A car.
A car.
Yeah.
Big boys playthings.
That's right.
Okay, the winners take. They're all shooting for the
Money.
The money, yeah, but what do you call that? That pile of money?
The pot of gold.
The pot.
Whatever. The pot, is that right?
The pot. Okay. This man's first name, I want you to tell me his first name. I'm going to give you his last name.
Well, I hope I know it. If I don't, I hope my lifeline
His last name is Shepherd or Greenspan.
Lifeline.
What's the first name of a man named Shepherd? Should be something you'd recognize in the news right now.
Lifeline.
Or Greenspan?
What'd you say, Lifeline? You said something, but it was really quiet. Mark?
No. He's Shepherd is with the NASA program.
Oh wow!
But he was not in the moon flight.
You were doing so good with the easy questions, and then you just had to sneak this.
Well,
one in.
Greenspan, the position he had was for many, many years. It has to do with the money in your billfold. Alan Greenspan,
okay.
Alan Shepherd.
Now what? So who are these people? Alan Shepherd and Alan Greenspan?
Alan Shepherd's with the NASA program, and Alan Shepherd used to be the one that sets the tax rate. I mean, the interest rate.
Alan Shepherd or Greenspan?
Alan Greenspan.
Okay.
But he's not that anymore. I don't know who.
I was just wondering what their claim to fame was. I don't think I've ever heard of them. But now
Evidently
I know.
not.
Now I know.
Okay. This last name is Baba, B-A-B-A, but what's the first name? It's a fictional character.
Lifeline?
Blank Baba had 3 letters in his name. It's a fictional character.
What fiction book or movie is he from? Let's amp up the clues here.
I don't remember.
Oh man.
I just remember, I write them down, Billy. Ali Baba, A-L-I, Ali Baba.
My lifeline should have definitely known that one.
Yeah, Ali.
Her name.
Houdini's.
I didn't have a clue.
Houdini's feet. What was Houdini noted
Oh
for?
man, I thought he was gonna say the first name for him, and I was gonna say Harry. That's right, isn't it?
Yeah. But what was his specialty?
He got out of all these things.
He could escape.
Yeah.
He was an escape artist.
Probably the most famous magician ever, I would think.
I think it finally got him.
It did, didn't it? Yeah.
Okay. A hornet relative, and you get about the same result from either one of them.
Oh, probably a wasp or a bee.
wasp.
Well, yeah.
Hornets seem
they
like their
sting you.
sting it hurts more.
It does.
I was mowing the
It
yard.
does.
I mowed my neighbor's yard. There was a single lady that lived down there, and I mowed her
Trina.
yard. Trina Roundtree,
Yeah, I remember Trina.
And one day I remember going over a hole. I kept on going, but then I got the thing stinging me, and I couldn't figure out. And finally, I got away from them. They went around that. When I got close to that hole again, here they came.
Oh.
Then I poured some gas down that hole and threw a match in it. They didn't bother me anymore.
I bet. That's a good way to get rid of them. Them hornets are mean now. I don't like them.
They had a hole down. They had a nest down in the ground.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dang.
And Trina's house, when we went in her front door one day to see her about something, bumblebees came out of the eave right up over the door.
Goodness.
Followed me home. We had to get rid of those too. They had a nest up in her eave.
The next time I would have went and visited Trina, I'd be like, okay, is there any bees, hornets, wasper, yellow jackets around your house before I come over and
one
see
night she
you?
called us and told us to come down there. She said, I've got a mouse in my kitchen drawer. I said, I don't want to open it up. So we had to get rid of the mouse for her. She was a sweet lady.
She is. She was a good neighbor.
Well, I haven't seen her.
She moved, didn't she? But I think I'm friends with her on Facebook, though.
You know
Trina
her?
Roundtree, yeah. I remember.
Trina Roundtree.
I remember her well. She was very nice.
Oh, yeah. Well, you could tell her Albert said hello.
I'll do that.
Don't tell her I'm looking for a wife.
Okay.
Opposite of G. Opposite of G. To a horse.
Lifeline.
To a horse. G. G means go right.
Left.
What is the word for left?
Haul.
Haul. Right. H-A-W.
Okay.
You didn't know that, but you said that.
Well, that's the only guess I had.
I know, but where did
I've heard them say it.
Heard say it? Who?
Heard them. I've heard horses. People that ride horses a lot, I have heard them say that.
Most it's the guy that's plowing the corn.
I'm glad that was right, because that was a tough one. That's a pure guess there.
G-haw.
So it's
I've heard some of the people in our family, when they'd plan, they'd say, G-haw. What would you do? You got both of them.
I don't know.
A three-letter word used by a poet for above or over. He condenses it into three letters. Over or above. The poet can do whatever he wants to with the English language.
True.
So what does he do to the over or above to make it a word that you use in a poem?
You're good at stuff like that. Lifeline.
You know it's got to be in those four letters, O-V-E-R. Somehow he shortens that to say a word.
O-V-R?
Oh, what R?
O-V-R? O-E-R?
O-E-R. Or.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's a tough one, too.
The poet has the privilege. But you know what?
Yeah, they do. They can do.
Not only a poet, an author.
Yeah.
Can take the liberty of doing what he wants to because it's his work.
That's right. That's right.
And
don't care if we agree with it or not.
I had a preacher tell me one time, he said, whenever you're preaching, he said, you want to get an idea of what you want to say, get you an outline, but said, suppose you forget part of it. People don't know you forgot part of it because it was your sermon you were working on. And you may come up with something else other than what you wanted to say.
Yeah.
So
I like that.
You have the right to do your own thing.
Yeah.
You're preaching a sermon,
say,
if you're writing a book.
We say wing it, we wing it a lot. We have to wing it a lot.
Well, that's it for
trivia. Well, that wasn't too bad. Most of it was easy, except for that's 2 or 3 a little tough.
Better than last time.
Yeah, this would have been really good for Bayless last week. But you said he helped you with this, or you guys talked about it.
I talked to him about something.
Okay. Well, we're going to go into some sports of all sorts, Papa.
Well, I'm sure you'd like to talk about tennis because we had a big
Wimbledon. Man, Roger, I was pulling for Federer. He had 2 championship points and he could not convert them.
Not only were you rooting for him,
everybody was.
There were 15,000 fans there. I don't believe one of them wanted Novak to win.
They didn't. And he said he felt that, but he understood it. And he was actually a really good sport about it, but he knows.
I believe if he's got 20 under his belt, he may not ever get 21.
Yeah, and so...
Because that was his probably last 2 Raw.
It might be. If it's going to happen, it'll either be at Wimbledon or the U.S. Open. They are his best tournaments when it comes to slams.
That may get, but I'm
saying... It's not
saying...
going to happen at the French. We know that.
Every time he plays plays Novak in a 5-setter, he loses.
Yes, especially of late.
He gets to 5 sets, and now that gives Novak 16 titles.
Oh yeah, he's going to pass them up. I think he's better than they are.
Nadal's got 18.
It's that now neither one of them can beat Nadal on clay though. Nadal is definitely a grade up from them and everybody else on clay.
But they're the 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, it makes you feel for the other ones.
But I believe that the last shall be first.
Novak is in his prime. Seems like
I don't believe he's in his prime yet. I believe
I think he is.
I believe he's got another notch. And when he is that
that's
notch,
scary if that's true. That's scary.
I believe he will wind up with the most titles.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't be surprised by that one bit.
I really believe
he has a complete game, no weaknesses really. I would not be surprised at all.
Like I say, Federer had his shots.
Because Federer, it's, and I think or either Djokovic is going to have the most, or possibly Rafael Nadal because he's so dang good on clay. But Federer don't have that luxury like Nadal does. Like he can keep winning that French Open every year. Federer's best chances are at Wimbledon, and then the next best chance would be at the U.S. Open. But Djokovic and Nadal are good hardcourt players too. U.S. Open's more even. Well,
I start to say you can flip a coin.
I would love to see Federer win one more. I would, but he had I think a lot of it too, though. He had to beat Nadal in the semifinal.
Yeah,
that took a lot out of him, physically and emotionally.
I would say you let your guard down a little bit after you think, well, boy, look what I just did.
Exactly, and then have to turn around and do it again.
You kill one Goliath and there's another later.
Yeah, so I think that was a big reason he didn't win too. He just didn't have nothing left, and he still almost done it.
He probably just ran out of gas.
He did in that 5th set. But he did have 2 chances to win it, but just wasn't able to do it. But what a match.
But I was proud of him. I was proud of him.
I was too, and I think it's the longest final in history.
I think so. Man alive, about 5 hours, wasn't it?
But then the women, though, I mean, my goodness. Serena just got blown off the court, didn't she?
6-2, 6-2. Whee!
I couldn't believe it.
Didn't last an hour.
Simona Halep played the match of her life, though. She only made 3 mistakes.
I think she wanted to assert herself.
Yes.
She was tired of being relegated to the also-rans.
Yes.
She wants to be up there with the Venus and Serena in the mentioning of people that are good.
That's right. And she sure did show it.
But then you're going to have to deal with that little 15-year-old down the road, too.
I know. That was a huge story at Wimbledon. 15-year-old Coco Gauff from Florida. Never played Wimbledon before, besides juniors, Man, what an impressive run. Made the round of 16, upset Venus Williams.
And you're talking England.
Yeah.
This is where you want to show your stuff.
Yeah, Wimbledon is the place to do it. And the U.S. Open, they'll give her a wild card there now. She won't have to qualify.
No, she won't have to qualify.
And I wouldn't be surprised if she makes another run. I think she's the real deal.
Well, she's going to get better, I'm sure.
I know, and I'm sure the players know it.
She's exposed to the type of player she's...
and she lost. The person that beat her was Simona Halep, the Wimbledon champion.
The champion.
So
she's
that's
got
nothing to be ashamed of at all.
She's got a lot going for her.
She really does. We'll have to keep up with her.
Okay, in baseball, the Braves slipped a bit.
Did they?
They lost that 7-game lead. Now they're only ahead by 5.5.
Oh, uh-oh.
But still, they're on top in their division. They're in the Central Division. Now, whereas the Dodgers are out on the West Coast, they are.
You didn't say my Dodgers. I was waiting on it.
They are enjoying a 13.5-game lead.
Well, that's a nice cushion there.
That's a nice cushion.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't want to repeat history. 1954, we had a 13.5-game lead on August the 13th and messed up and lost.
Yeah, that's.
Here we are. We're just in July.
I know.
But
I'm sure they've learned from history not to get overexcited.
That's when we were in Brooklyn too.
Right. It seems like, though, not just a few seasons ago they kind of done that too, didn't they? They had a big lead, and
we've not been able to win enough to suit me.
Yeah. Well, when's the last time the Dodgers won the whole shebang, the World Series? When was that?
59, I guess.
You're kidding me. They've not won since then?
I don't think so.
Not even under Tommy Lasorda? Well, you would know. I mean, you would know.
No, I told you, my rememberer's broke.
Well, it ain't that broke. They may not have. I can't think of a time that they have.
Maybe it's 89.
You think maybe they? Yeah.
When
they might have won.
Tennessee won in '98, didn't they?
Yeah. No, they won in '98.
So I remember got a little flint of recognition there. Hey, I remember Tennessee won in '98.
Oh yeah. His rememberer, as he's saying, is just fine, folks. Don't let him fool you. He remembers a lot.
I remember a lot. Let's talk about all I remember. No, let's not. Okay, in golf, the world of golf, this week.
Did you skip basketball? Nothing
I haven't. No, not yet.
Okay.
But golf, the British Open began yesterday.
Yeah.
And for the first time in 68 years, they're playing on another course that the last time they played was 68 years ago. But the British Open is a different kind of course that they play on. It's link golf. But
so it's kind of unique.
It is unique.
Isn't that interesting? Kind of like Wimbledon is unique in tennis.
It is.
Being on the grass.
But the big names like Roy McIlroy, the newspaper media has to pick out somebody before the tournament ever starts that they think is going to take it all. And Roy McIlroy was one favorite. They said they thought this would be his chance. This would be his time. He shot a 79 yesterday.
Well, maybe he's feeling the pressure.
And then guess where Tiger Woods is just one stroke behind. He fired a 78 on his card.
Right.
A fellow by the name of J.B. Holmes came in first, but now see you've got the whole weekend to
so it's
see
not over yet.
Well, you've got the whole weekend to play through Sunday. But the British Open is one of the Grand Slams in golf. It's one of the
like another
major
similarity to tennis, like Wimbledon's a Grand Slam in tennis.
The British Open and the U.S. Open and the what is the other?
Tennis has the U.S. Open.
Yeah. But
there's 4 in tennis. How many are they in golf?
PGA. Well, you got the Masters.
Yeah, that's a big one.
It's all PGA, Professional Golf Association. But you only have.
They have 4.
4, I think.
Yeah, seems like it is 4 with golf too.
U.S. Open, British Open, French Open, and the Masters. I think that's it.
No, golf wouldn't have a French Open.
No, that's
tennis. Play it on the clay.
I can't remember who else.
Where is Augusta? What's it called?
That's the Masters.
Okay.
That's the Masters.
We'll look it up.
All right. The John Deere Classic was played last weekend, and it's not anywhere near as big. The winner just won a little over $1 million.
Oh, well, bless their heart. I feel so sorry for them.
$1,080 for playing for 4 days. Not working.
Exactly.
Playing for 4 days. Well, in the SEC, after today, we'll know where Tennessee is ranked.
Football.
The media days in Hoover, Alabama is held every year.
Now, didn't Bayless tell us that they were at 15 in some poll?
Some poll had already come out.
Okay.
But the media has listened to every coach, all 14 coaches, through yesterday. And they've listened to the big dogs say, they poor mouth themselves and say, well, we've got a few problems. We got to, we got to do this, we got to do that, and they
don't want to sound overconfident.
And the little guys where their coaches on the hot seat and smelling it, they're saying, well, like Vanderbilt, we beat Tennessee 3 or 4 in a row.
their claim to fame the last few years.
We're building a program here, you know.
Right.
But anyway, it'll be interesting to see where the media puts Tennessee.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know how this year's going to turn out. I don't think anyone has much of a theory on it. It's kind of hard to say.
Well,
We'll just have to see it play out.
Tennessee, when they entered that Vandy game last year, if they had won the Vandy game, they could have gone to a bowl.
I know.
And that would have given them a shot at winning another game.
That was his first year, though, so everybody, you know, people aren't being rough on him yet, you know, because we're not expecting a miracle. But now, in the next year or two, he will have to make.
I think there'll have to be an improvement this year.
I agree. I think they need to make a bowl game.
And see, these other coaches that are on the hot seat, some of them are on the warm seat.
Yeah.
But like the Vanderbilt coach, he's done a good job against Tennessee. But he has other schools that lambaste him every year, you see.
Right.
And in Kentucky, Bob Stoops done a wonderful job there.
Yeah.
He went to Florida last year and beat Florida down there, see.
That's right.
But still,
and the expectations aren't as
Alabama and Georgia gets in everybody's way.
They do.
There's the cream of your crop.
Yeah. Especially right now.
Right now.
And LSU seems to be on their way back up too, though. You know, so look, you always got to watch out for them as well.
Well,
and they can be a thorn in Alabama's side sometimes.
Well, what Alabama is wrestling with right now is their public image. Here they got stomped by Clemson.
I loved it. Sorry, Alabama fans.
In the last 4 years,
every second of it.
In the last 4 years, you've only had 2 teams win the national championship.
Alabama and Clemson.
Alabama and Clemson.
And Clemson will be very good this year too.
Well, they've got no reason to go backwards.
Nope.
No reason at all.
I think it'll honestly be between Alabama and Clemson again.
Unless somewhere along the way, as you're on your way to the bank, you stumble.
Yeah. Injuries could affect that. But barring no injuries or anything like that, I see them being in the championship again. But hopefully I'm wrong. But we'll see. We'll see.
I would like to think that Tennessee will better their record from last year.
Yeah, you and me both. You and me both. At least make a bowl game, Big Orange. Come on.
All it takes is 6 wins.
That's right. That's right.
If you win 6 bowl games, you go. And you know what? The SEC this year, I've talked about this on radio before. The SEC has got 2 more bowls added to their table this year. Yeah. So out of the 14 teams that comprise the SEC, we have the heavy load on our shoulders to furnish most of the teams that fill some of those bowls. We've got. I don't see how we're going to have. I don't see how we can have that many winning teams.
No, there's no way. There's no way to do that.
We've got to come up with 9 or 10 teams to play in a bowl game.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that plays out.
Well, that's all I have in sports.
Well, that's it for sports of all sorts. Coming up after the break, it's Papa's favorite part of the show. Good old Albertology's coming up next, folks. Welcome back to the Albert and Billy Show. I want to thank our sponsors real quick. Citizens Tri-County Bank, Bilbrey Insurance, Scotty's, as you say, home of the Scotty Burgers, The Loom, the Farmhouse Cafe right behind us here. The Loom's our next door neighbor, both on Cumberland Avenue. Farm Bureau, go see Matt Massengale down in South Pikeville and his friendly staff for all your insurance needs. Emma Boynton, thank you, Emma, Michael Walker and Lisa Wheeler, and Dr. Lee at Pikeville Family Dentistry. thank you to our sponsors. And now it is time for some good old Albertology to make us so much wiser than we already were. Right?
Phil Bridges, you know Phil Bridges?
Yeah. My uncle, yeah.
He stopped me in McDonald's the other morning. He said, Albert, said, I can understand you knowing a lot about the Bible the way you do. But I said, how in the world can you explain you know as much about sports as you do on television?
He's told me that before too, so I didn't realize just how smart Albert is.
Patricia would say, Albert, when I listen to you on television, I don't understand how you have time to know all this.
I know it.
She said, I'm with you, and I know you don't watch all this. Well,
so what are we talking about?
Before we get to Albertology, did you read or did you hear where the green light is on for the rebuilding of the inn at the Fall Creek Falls?
Yes.
It's going to cost $40.4 million.
I know, it just...
But won't we have a nice place to go eat?
Yeah, I mean, it better be nice, right, for that price?
Yeah.
And at least 3 years without it, and those people without jobs, yeah. It better be nice.
Okay, Albertology, did you know that on this day, July the 17th, 1955, the Disneyland had its opening in California. Anaheim, California.
What year again?
1955.
And that's the original one, isn't it? It started
Disneyland had its grand opening on this day in 1955.
Now we got Disneyland out in Cali, Disney World in Orlando. There's even one in Hawaii.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Paris. Yeah.
Paris. Boy, I'll tell you what, that Minnie and Mickey Mouse really got the ball rolling, didn't they?
They sure did.
I don't think his wife wanted it to be a mouse that they used.
I didn't know that.
But Walt stuck it out. He said he wanted to go with Mickey and Minnie Mouse.
Okay. Trivia question about Walt Disney.
Okay.
What was the original name of Mickey that his wife didn't like?
Ooh,
He had a name before Mickey, and she didn't like it. She told him he shouldn't use it.
Really?
Sambo. Gotta come up with a name.
Albert. What was it?
Mortimer Mouse.
Oh, wow.
There was a
No wonder she
character,
didn't
Mortimer
like it.
Snurd.
Really?
Yeah, it's some kind of cartoon.
Well, he made the right choice.
She didn't like it. She thought it sounded too depressing.
Yeah, I'm with her on that.
Mickey's not like
Mickey sounds a lot better.
a lot
than
easier to say too.
Yeah.
And spell.
Exactly.
Okay, did you know that you blink constantly? The average person blinks 15 to 20 times every minute.
I'm sure.
Now, each time you blink, your eyelids spread a cocktail of oils and mucus secretions across the surface of your globes to keep them from drying out. That's the reason you're blinking.
Okay.
It keeps your eyes safe from stimuli that would damage your eyes, like light or dust, anything foreign that goes in your eyes. You keep on blinking, that secretion of those fluids will help get rid of that stuff, you see.
Well, that's good to know. I didn't know
So
that
go ahead and blink.
I will. I can guarantee that.
And did you know that you shiver when you're cold?
Yeah, I did know that.
All right. Your body is always trying to keep its temperature as close to 98.6 as it possibly can.
So that's why.
So you shiver when you're cold in an effort to create heat by contracting and expanding your muscles in quick bursts. So you shiver.
Yeah.
And you're trying to create heat.
I did not know that.
I did not know that. That's according to Dr. Rantali.
Okay, these are good. Did you know?
All right, did you know when you get a Charlie horse,
No,
it's a nickname for a muscle cramp. We call it a Charlie horse.
I did know that.
One night I used to play softball many years ago. We had a league here, and I was the first baseman on our team. We were the Baptists. And we were playing a team. I'm not going to tell you who it is because some of the family is still alive. But this man had batted, and he was on second. And he was running between second and third because the next man got a hit. And as he's running between second and third, he falls. And he jumped up and accused the catcher of the other team of throwing the ball and hitting him in the leg. What it was just a Charlie horse that hit him. All of a sudden, I'll never forget that. But it's a nickname for a cramp. And it's always, it's in your calf. What happens?
They hurt, I know that.
The nerves inside the muscle can fire up to 150 electrical charges every second. That's the reason a cramp hurts you so bad.
Okay.
And it forces the muscle to squeeze so tightly. It's just as hard as a rock almost.
Oh, yeah. Ooh.
And what causes it can be dehydration, overexertion.
Okay.
That man that was running from second, third was he was older than he should have been. And then there are some medications that you take that cause the Charlie horse.
That's a good story.
Now, did you know this is serious? Your heart can pump 1 million barrels of blood in a lifetime.
Wow.
Your kidneys filter your entire supply of blood more than 30 times every day. I have been inside the dialysis unit where Patricia had her dialysis.
Right.
And I have watched what they do with your blood. It takes them 3 hours to 3 hours and a half to completely flush all your blood through the filtration system there at the dialysis clinic.
So that's why it takes so long when people have to go.
You have so much blood in you. You have 4.8 to 6 quarts of blood in your body.
Right.
And so the job of the dialysis clinic is to take all that blood out and filter out the impurities that your kidneys are not filtering out.
Okay.
That's the reason
Didn't know that either.
That's the reason you have dialysis clinics.
Right.
And they do a wonderful job. And the people that work there need to be commended.
Right. That's true.
I have watched.
True.
Anyway, the average adult has up to 6 quarts of blood, and those kidneys filter about half a cup per minute. That's the reason it takes so long.
Right. I was wondering that.
To do their job.
Because when a person goes to that, they're there for about that length of time, like 4 hours or so.
Some people it takes 4 hours, and some people that are in such bad shape go every day.
Ooh.
Patricia went 3 times a week, and that's about average.
Yeah, I know somebody else that goes 3 times a week like that.
It's about average.
And I think they stay for 4 or 5 hours. So it's a long day, it's a
Well, I would pick Patricia up at 9 o'clock on Saturday. We'd get home about 2:30.
Yeah.
So we were talking 5.5 hours. We were gone from home. Of course, we had to go to Dayton.
And that's 3 days would be rough. Every day would be, that'd be real rough.
Well, those people that are...
Oh, yeah, I agree.
Did you know Tylenol, you don't know where it came from, but
I do not know.
Along with gravity and potato chips, it was a mistake that caused it to be here.
Really?
Back in 1886, listen, this woman had worms, and there were a pair of German medical students trying to help her with her worms that she had. They were intestinal worms.
Oh, wow.
And they mistakenly gave her a dose of a chemical cocktail that caused her fever to break, and her body took what they gave her and metabolized it into acetaminophen, which is in Tylenol. And
No way.
when her fever broke, it became a popular thing in Europe. It didn't get here until 1955.
Oh.
But that was in 1886.
Whoa, we were
And
way
listen,
behind.
but when it came here, a family in Philadelphia, McNeil Laboratories, a pharmaceutical company, bought it and brought it to America, and they brought it as Tylenol elixir for children. And you had to have a prescription, and it was packaged like a tiny red fire truck, and it was marketed for little hotheads. It was designed to help them with their fever.
Yeah, that's pretty
Fever
slick.
reducer is what it is.
Yeah, and it works.
And today it heals hotheads, large
Hotheads.
large and small, in 13 countries. Did you know Dove soap and their body wash is the #1 selling soap in the United States?
I did not know.
The reason it has moisturizing cream in it.
Okay.
And women particularly know that.
Okay.
Carolyn always used Dove soap. I use Caress.
Yeah, there's Cress and what, Doll, and there's a bunch of them now. But no, I didn't know that.
Okay, now you don't know who wrote Moby Dick, but I'm not going to ask you.
Is this another Did
this
You
is not
Know?
true. This is Did You Know?
Okay.
But the fellow that wrote Moby Dick in 1851.
Okay.
That tells you how long that story has been popular.
Yeah. Yeah.
But there are whales still swimming today that were swimming in 1851. That's 168 years ago. Because the bowhead whale can live up to 200 years.
Definitely didn't know that.
There's not another mammal that ever has been recorded
Yeah.
that has that long a lifespan. But
Did
the
you
bowhead
know that
whale.
before you saw
No. Had no idea. Had no idea.
that? We're learning a lot on the Did You Knows today. I know a
Well,
lot now.
I've got one more. Did you know? I about forgot this one. Pluto was discovered. From the day it was discovered until the day it lost its status as a major planet,
Which is still
it
stupid, in my
never
opinion.
completed one orbit around the sun.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It never
either.
completed. This tiny body was discovered and named an official planet in 1930.
Okay.
But it was called a dwarf planet
Yeah.
then, later, 76 years later,
Yeah.
in 2006. But
I don't get why they.
the
done
amount of
that.
time it takes Pluto to revolve around the sun is 248 years.
Goodness.
So that's the reason it lost its status as a planet.
Oh, I was wondering.
We just
why
knew,
all of a sudden
we just
wasn't a
knew that
planet
it
no
was
more.
not a planet. And when we went to school,
It
it was a planet, buddy.
Yeah.
Okay. Now you tell me whenever to quit these and go to the jokes.
Go to the jokes. Right, producer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I've got a whole lot more, but we'll go
Oh,
to the
you
jokes.
save it now, because I
Oh,
learned I can say did you know, and I can say yes when you say did you know after today.
I'm not going to throw any of this away. In case anybody ever...
Told you I'd learned something today from Albertology.
If anybody ever questions us about anything I say, I've got a record.
That's right.
No, I say things off the record.
Yeah, yeah.
But now the stories. I'm not even going to go with Reader's Digest. All right. Page 5.
Joke time. Now, people tell me a lot too. They like the jokes. You get that a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Why don't mummies, and you know, I thought about you when I read this because you like The Walking Dead.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Why
Great
do-
show, folks? Great.
Why
show.
don't mummies go on summer vacation?
I don't know.
They're afraid to relax and unwind.
Yeah. Definitely afraid to unwind, aren't they?
Yeah. What will be left?
There'd be no mommy, would there?
Where do eggs go on summer vacation?
I don't know.
New York City. Makes sense.
Every time you say it, I'm like, yeah, I should have thought of that. Yeah.
What did the bread do on vacation?
Loaf around.
It just loafed around.
Good answer.
Just
Al.
loafed around. I like that. Now the first dog said to the second dog, "Where do fleas go for summer vacation?"
To another dog.
The second dog said, "Search me." Okay, Joe, what does your father do for a living? John, he's a magician. He performs tricks like sawing people in half.
Yeah.
Joe, do you have any brothers or sisters? John, yes, I've got 4 half-sisters and a half-brother. You knew that was coming, didn't you?
Yeah.
Now this stuff about how people are using their
Phones.
Facebook and phone and everything, they use a lot of
texting.
they use a lot of shorthand.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Letters stand for word.
Absolutely.
You know, Franklin Delano Roosevelt became president right during the Depression.
Right.
And I said Franklin Delano Roosevelt, but he was known as FDR.
That's true.
FDR.
That's true.
Because
it's like JFK for John F. Kennedy.
okay, but FDR is the one that initiated programs like TVA.
Yeah.
That stands for Tennessee Valley Authority.
Right.
Well, that's what it was named. But they quickly, the media picked up on it and called it TVA, and they
Right.
called him FDR. He came up with CCC. We had a camp right over here, close to Franklin, right across the river. And then the CCC forest out on the mountain. That was Civilian Conservation Corps. He came up with the WPA, and all these programs had initials in them.
Well, it's easier to say.
Well, the media has a lot to do with that.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
But
yeah.
anyway,
A whole lot to do.
I'm going to see. I don't know. I may stop this pretty quickly because I don't know. Okay.
Wow. It says seniors texting is what it says.
This is
folks.
these websites provide a handy list of texting codes for senior citizens. BFF is not necessarily best friends forever, nor does BTW necessarily mean by the way.
Okay. Well,
So ATD, what does that mean? If you're a senior
ATD.
at the doctor. At the doctor.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
BFF is best friend fail. BTW. Bring the wheelchair. Need it, boy, bring it. Oh. Let me tell you something. It was all I could do to pick up Patricia's wheelchair and put it in her car.
I bet. I bet.
BYOT. Bring your own teeth. Oh, this is for seniors. Seniors only. CBM. Covered by Medicare. One of our political parties is wanting to get everybody covered by Medicare. CGU.
CGU.
Y'all know that one. Can't get up.
Do 2 more. 2 more.
Oh, mercy.
These are too good.
CUATSC. See you at the senior citizens. I'm not going to tell you this one. Better not.
One more, so it's got to be a good one.
Oh, okay. FWIW.
FWIW.
That's Albert. Forgot where I was.
Listen, you got to save that one. We're going to do some more of them next week because
I've got another bunch there.
Oh yeah, you save that, Allie. Do not let me forget to do those. That was awesome. Those were really good.
They were pretty good. Pretty good.
That's a good way to end the program today. I like that. Well, that's it for this edition of the Albert and Billy Show. Thanks for listening on WUAT AM 1110 and watching us on Channel 18 Valley TV and YouTube. Tune in next week for another edition of the Albert and Billy Show as we continue our summer road trip. So we'll see you next week, folks.
We had to take a detour today.
Had to take a detour because of weather, but we'll be back at it next week. So long, folks.